Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. Why don't we jump to the other side of the world again? Have you ever heard of a singer by the name of Dimash? He's out of Kazakhstan.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I've definitely never heard that one. That was good, though.
My next episodes here on my segment called Road Dogs and Rock Gods is my roadie brother, Philip Kriz. He is a roadie or an ex-roadie as well. I don't think he tours anymore. He's writing books, but he has toured with Paul Simon, Carrie Underwood, Guns N' Roses, Queen with Adam Lambert, Kiss, Justin Timberlake, Green Day, and Jay-Z. He recently wrote a book called The Roadie Cartel. You guys can pick it up on Amazon if you want to. He's going to be coming out with an audiobook soon, if it's not released by the time I release these. But you can find that on the Amazon link too. Phillip's a bro. I enjoy his company. Many of us fellow roadies are proud of him for writing this book. I hope you guys check it out and I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to jump into a bunch of episodes with him. We'll see what he does and doesn't like. Hopefully he likes a lot of the music that we all like too. But we'll see what happens. I want to throw a shout out, a thank you to the people at Unite Food. They sent me these wonderful protein bars here, and I have tried a couple. I really enjoyed them. Thank you. It is a woman-owned company, so I'm proud of these ladies for creating something really good to eat. I encourage you guys to check it out. Also, if you guys watch my podcast regularly, you know I kind of like to wear hoodies. I wear a lot of hoodies. One Golden Thread is a company I love. They sent me shirts, and I was wearing those shirts regularly during the summer. Now during the winter, I've been wearing this. They just sent me this. It's an awesome hoodie. Thank you, people at One Golden Thread. You guys can read more about their products at onegoldenthread.com. I encourage you truly to do so. They're a great company. They do a lot of good stuff too. Anyway, let's jump into this and let's see what Phillip here has to say. Okay, so this is Dimash. I'm a big fan of Dimash, and we'll see what you think of him. Dimash is from Kazakhstan. Now, I usually do a track called SOS. It's my favorite track of this guy. It was the first one that I saw, and I opened the door. Okay. And some people they're like, you should pick other tracks. It's difficult to pick other tracks. I don't want to get into it too much, but copyright blocks and stuff is a thing where they don't want you to react and they pull. Anyway, I just found this track. It was suggested to me. I don't believe it's blocked, and I thought it was something special. So I'm intrigued to see if you think so too, Philip. So this is Dimash, and he's performing with somebody named Igor Krutoy, and the track is called Olimpico. So let's jump this together. You can let me know what you think of this guy.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Okay, wow. Yeah.
What do you think, Phillip?
That was like Pavarotti meets Pink Floyd in a language that wow, I was not expecting that, to be honest.
You're so talented, this guy. This track's so cool. I just listened to it the first time yesterday, actually. So it's kind of still fresh to my ears. When I listen to him, like, so good.
Beautiful. I mean, the dude has a range that, like, that's incredible. I'm blown away, though I have not a single idea what he said the entire time. I was hypnotized. It was pretty cool. It was pretty rad. And the show, wow.
Yeah. So he's a young fella, and he's moving and shaking. He's actually interested in film now, and he's just got a lot of stuff going on. He's an interesting cat. I think he's a good dude. And so anyway, what I'm getting into here is when I was doing the interviews, and you said you had watched some of the interviews I did with some of our fellow roadies and musicians and whatnot. One of the questions I really like to ask people, and since I didn't have you yet in the interview, was when did you first feel famous? And so the question actually came from my friend's daughter, who was in 5th grade at the time. And she was so like proud. She was so ready for, and it's actually turned out to be this great question. I've had some really awesome answers. And so that is my question to you. When did you first feel good about yourself? When was there a kernel in time that changed something for you? What would you say?
I have 2 quick ones. The first time I ever felt like I was someone famous, I was on airplane. I was in first class, and this guy walked in, sunglasses, ripped jeans, and he just kept staring at me the whole time. He just kept looking over, like the whole flight. We get up finally, and long story short, he goes, "Hey man, can you sign this thing for my daughter?" And I was like,
Chad Olick.
It was not, but I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not. I think you have the wrong guy." He goes, "Nah, man, like my daughters love your band." I was like, and I just had like sleeves at the time, and I was like, "I think you got the wrong guy." I said, "I think you're famous." He goes, "Man, I'm just a lawyer." I was like, "Okay, never mind." And that was the first time I felt like anybody ever like gave me an eye. But the real honest answer to that, like, since I've put the book, or
Well,
like
hold
since
on
the
real
book,
quick. Like, who did he think you were? Did you find out?
he never said it. He just kept saying, "My daughters know you. My daughters think you're famous, man. Like, I know it." Like, and that's all he could ever answer. So I was left. I'm gonna assume a drummer.
Oh yeah, drummers are cool. It's got to be a drummer.
It had to be a drum. I definitely not a bass player. You know, like it wasn't old Phil being a bass player.
Maybe it's the violin. He was way back in the day.
I think we're starting to get onto something here. But yeah, that was the first time that I ever felt like someone had their eye on me, and that was really nice and all. But yeah, he never gave it away. I think we just happened to be in first class, and he looked way cooler than I did.
Nice.
The second time, though, and this is the honest answer, I signed my first real autograph to someone at a book festival. And I never thought out of all the places in the entire world I'd ever end up would be a book festival. Yeah. And I was handing out laminates because, like, I just thought it'd be rad, like, to give my book away with a QR code on the back of a laminate. Mm-hmm. And this girl just said, "Well, you just gave me a laminate. Aren't you going to sign it?" And I literally had to, like, look for a Sharpie because I wasn't expecting it. I just didn't think that was going to be my moment. And yeah, that was the first time that I really was like, okay, cool.
Very cool.
So, yeah, man.
I love it. All right. So let's see. Why don't we jump into actually, I got a fun one for you. So you worked for Kiss. I've got a good one, I think. Have you ever heard of a band called Memoir?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Let's jump into this. I think you'll dig it. Let's give it a go. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.